إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. قال رسول الله عليه الصلاة والسلام: خير يوم طلعت عليه الشمس يوم الجمعة فيه خلق آدم وفيه أدخل الجنة وفيه أخرج منها وفيه قبض ولا تقوم الساعة إلا يوم الجمعة. He said عليه الصلاة والسلام that the best day that the sun have shined over is Friday. It is the day when Adam was created. And it's on that day that he made his way into Jannah. And he was removed from Jannah on that day. And he went to earth on that day. And the day of judgment shall not happen except on a Friday. This hadith from Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam tells us that Jum'ah was special from the beginning of creation. It's not like any other day. Cosmically it is different. Religiously it is different. And on the last day, he said alayhi salatu wasalam, تحشر الأيام على هيئتها ويحشر يوم الجمعة زهراء منيرة يحف بها أهلها تضيء لهم طريقهم إلى الجنة. He said alayhi salatu wasalam that the days of the week will be resurrected on the day of judgment. But Friday, when it's going to be resurrected, it will be resurrected as splendid light. And the people of Friday, and yes, Friday has its own unique people, by the way. The people of Friday will be surrounding it, and it will be leading them and providing light for them until they enter Jannah. And he described them alayhi salatu wasalam in the hadith as ألوانهم أشد بياضا من الثلج وريحهم كريح المسك. He said that the color of those people is whiter than snow, and they smell like musk, and they walk in mountains and perfume. And everybody who will witness that will keep looking at them, will not be able to look away until they enter Jannah. And that is exclusively for the people of Friday. So Friday has its own people. And if you want to know how to be of the people of Friday, listen to the rest of the khutbah, because if you observe the etiquettes of Friday and avoid what harm in it, then you could be one of its people. So from the beginning till the end, Friday is special. And Allah Azza wa Jal guided us to it, gifted us Friday. He said alayhi salatu wassalam, إِنَّ يَوْمَ الْجُمْعَةِ هَدَانَ اللَّهُ لَهُ وَأَضَلَّ عَنْهُ الْآخَرِينَ فَلِلْيَهُودِ يَوْمُ السَّبْتِ وَلِلنَّصَارَى يَوْمُ الْأَحَدِ. He said alayhi salatu wassalam that Allah guided us to Friday. And the others were misguided. They chose a different day. So Jews for a Saturday and the Christians for a Sunday. So when you know that you've been guided to this, you have to appreciate it as something special, as a gift that you have that a lot of other people do not have and they do not even know about. So this is a gift. Will you receive it as a gift or not? Add also to it that he said alayhi salatu wassalam, إن يوم الجمعة جعله الله عيدا فمن جاء الجمعة فليغتسل وليتطيب وعليكم بالسواك. He said Allah had made Friday as a Eid, as a day of Eid. So if you're coming to Friday, bathe and put on perfume and use siwak. That is, you purify and clean your mouth, you clean your body. You put on some perfume, and perfume is exclusively here for males, and then you come to Friday. So say to yourself, what do you do on Eid? What do you do on Eid? You put on your best clothes. You bathe, put on perfume. What else do? You go for Salatul Eid when Muslims gather and congregate. This is what we do on Friday. We come out from our homes and we gather and we congregate and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal. This is exactly what we do on a day of Eid. So I want us to link, as we are talking today, Jum'ah to Eid and Jum'ah to Ramadan. Why are you waiting for Ramadan? You wait for Ramadan because of forgiveness, isn't it? And you wait for Ramadan because of dua. Well, Allah Azza wa Jalla had given you a day of forgiveness every single Friday. So He said, alayhi salatu wassalam, من اغتسل ولبس من أحسن ثيابه ومس من طيب أهله ثم جاء إلى الجمعة ولم يؤذي أحدا كانت له كفارة ما بين الجمعتين وزيادة 3 أيام. That is, if you bathe on Friday and you wear your best clothes and you put perfume on and you come to Friday and you don't harm people and you listen attentively to the khutbah, you'll be forgiven for 7 days between this Friday and the upcoming Friday, an additional 3 days. So this is just not like any other day and shouldn't be treated like any other day. Allah is offering you forgiveness every single Friday. Al-Jum'ah ila al-Jum'ah kafaratun lima baynahuma. You could potentially arrive Ramadan sinless if you just simply observe and you honor Friday by observing these manners. And in addition to it, and the following is a hadith, the scholars have said, we have not heard of such reward for any deed similar to this. The magnitude, how much you are promised, we haven't heard of anything similar to this. He said, alayhi salatu wassalam, من غسل يوم الجمعة واغتسل وبكر وابتكر ودنا من الإمام ولم يلغو كتب له بكل خطوة يخطوها أجر سنة صيامها وقيامها. He says, the one who bathes on Friday and he comes early and sits close to the Imam and does not engage in idle talk or speech, Allah will write for him, for each step that he takes, a reward of a single year. It's fasting and it's night prayer. Now think with me how much that reward is and how many steps you take towards Jum'ah, and the potential for every step to give you a single year of fasting and a single year of night prayer. And how many of us may be unaware or aware but negligent and dismissive of such a reward. So when he said alayhi salatu wassalam first, man ghassala waghtasal, the one who bathes on Friday, meaning completely bathes, head and body. And the best time to do it is just before coming. If you cannot do that, then after Fajr. If you cannot even do that, then Friday night. The Friday night that precedes the day, with the intention that this is for Friday. This is the ghusl. That's the first step. وَبَكَّرَ وَابْتَكَرَ, and he comes early. And this is a neglected sunnah. Again, think about Eid. What do you do on Eid in addition to the Salah? Well, you say in one Eid we give sadaqah, isn't it? Sadaqatul Fitr. And another Eid there's an animal offering. I say on Friday that is also there. How? What is it? He says by coming early. So he said alayhi salatu wassalam, man ightasala ghusl al-janaba, if you bathe completely, ثم راح إلى المسجد في الساعة الأولى فكأنما قرب بدنا. He said, if you bathe and you come early to the masjid, the first hour, it'd be as if you've offered a camel. If you come in the second hour, as if you've offered a cow. The third hour, a sheep. The fourth hour, a chicken. The fifth hour, an egg. فإذا خرج الإمام جلست الملائكة يستمعون الذكر. When the Imam comes out, the angels sit to listen to the dhikr. What is this dhikr? That is the khutbah. So the earlier you come to Friday, the more of an offering you are giving to Allah Azza wa Jal. But without even spending $1. You're just simply coming early. And that prepares you, by the way, if you want to understand why are we doing all of this, because it mentally, emotionally prepares you to listen to the khutbah. So you are situated, you're relaxed, you're peaceful, you're comfortable, but also you've engaged in enough ibadah, the earlier you come the better, to make you open to what you're going to listen to, not distracted by whatever you were just doing a minute or 2 minutes ago. And a lot of us miss that opportunity even though we can come early. And what you miss is what? He said عليه الصلاة والسلام إذا كان يوم الجمعة وقفت الملائكة على كل باب من أبواب المسجد يكتبون الأول والأول فإذا خرج الإمام طووا الصحف وجلسوا يستمعون الذكر. He says if it's a Friday, on each door of the doors of the masjid, angels will be standing, writing the name of everybody who comes in until the imam comes out. Then when that happens, they fold the papers, they roll the scrolls that they have, and they sit listening to the dhikr. So the Sahabi was asked, if a person comes after the imam comes out, would he not have a Friday as a reward? He says, yes, he will, but he will not be written down among those people. That is an honor. You've come early, your name is recorded. If not, you've missed out on it. And I know some of us, we cannot come early because we're working and what have you. But consider and ask yourself the question, when I have time, have I developed the bad habit of coming late to Jum'ah because I don't really care about it? Like when you're off, or you have the opportunity to leave your work 15 minutes, half hour early, do you delay it? And you just come after the imam thinking, the shorter time I spend in the masjid, the better, I could just leave? Is if you've done that, you've lost a lot from Allah Azza wa Jal that is offering. And you're going to get little from Jum'ah and little from its reward. And when you come early, you have the opportunity of sitting closer to the imam, and that is also another distinction that is lost. Some people come early and sit way at the back. He says, why are you delaying yourself? There is virtue in the first line, virtue of being closest to the imam. And he said, عليه الصلاة والسلام, he says, احضروا الجمعة وادنوا من الإمام فإن الرجل وإن كان من أهل يكون من أهل الجنة فلا يزال يتأخر حتى يؤخر عن الجنة وإن دخلها. He says, come to Jum'ah and sit close to the imam, because a person would be of the people of the people of Jannah. He's from the people of Jannah, but he continues to delay himself, arrive late, sit in the back until he will be delayed in Jannah, even though he will enter it. And that delaying means that he either will be delayed entry into Jannah as he delayed himself coming to Friday, or he will be demoted in Jannah because he demoted himself on Friday. So you want to understand where your station in Jannah is going to be. Even if you enter it, consider how you are with Friday if you have the opportunity to come early. If you're close, you're among the highest. If you're early, you're among the highest. If you intentionally delay yourself and you come late, then you've placed yourself wherever you have placed yourself. And adding here to esteeming Friday, he said, عليه الصلاة والسلام, as in the hadith that we quoted already, وَلَبِسَ مِنْ أَحْسَنِ ثِيَابِهِ وَمَسَّ مِنْ طِيبٍ كَانَ عِنْدَهِ. You wear of the best clothes that you have and you put on perfume. Because you need to treat Friday as something special. Right? Just like Eid. So if you have perfume, you may even designate a perfume as to say, for males of course again, this is the Friday perfume. This is the Friday perfume. And you will designate clothes, the best that you have, or among the best, and you'll say, this is for Friday. And Rasulullah عليه الصلاة والسلام said in a hadith, ما على أحدكم لو اتخذ ليوم الجمعة ثوبين سوى ثوبي مهنته. What would cost you? How will it burden you if you were to adopt special clothes for Friday other than your work clothes? Like other than what you wear every day, your sweats, you just want to come to the masjid, I'll just wear sweats and come to the masjid. If you have an excuse, then you have an excuse. I'm not talking about the exception. I'm talking about all of us who have choices. Like I can dress better on Friday, but I can dress like it's just a Monday or a Wednesday. No, it has to be better. Because if you esteem Allah's commands, you will be esteemed. If you respect them, you will be respected. If you elevate what Allah wants from you, you will be elevated. But if not, if you disregard, you will be disregarding. You will be disregarding, and you'll disregard your own benefit. You'll disregard your own interest. So why would you do this? Yani the Sahaba, and beginning from the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba, they would have special clothes for Friday. So where is that sunnah? Where is this practice? You must feel that it's a special day. People around you, your family must feel that it's a special day. This will what? Motivate them to honor it and attach them to Islam as you want them to. And he also said, alayhi salatu wasalam, in order for you to get all of these merits, he said, وَلَمْ يَلْغُوا. He does not commit laghu. And he also said, وَلَمْ يُؤْذِي أَحَدًا. He does not hurt anyone. Laghu, by the way, is idle talk or speech. And if you do it on a Friday, you'll lose the reward of Friday. It will be written for you as a dhuhr, just salatul dhuhr. You don't have to repeat the salah, but you lost the reward of a Friday. It's as if you were not here. You were, but you really were not here. And that includes laghu, saying assalamu alaikum to your neighbor, whether verbally or waving, or receiving that salam with waving or handshaking, or playing with your phone. We're adults, barakallahu feekum. We're adults. Half an hour, you can't stay away from your phone. It's not only that you're going to lose the reward of Friday, you're disturbing people who are around you and you're dismissing its importance, because this is what they see people who come to Friday doing. They don't care about it. So I'm going to care about it less. You are a really bad model. And I do recommend, no matter the consequences, when the Imam stops his khutbah, you turn to this person, male or female, and you say, this is haram, by the way, you shouldn't be doing it. You lost Friday. Ubay ibn Ka'b said this to Ibn Mas'ud. Ibn Mas'ud didn't know. He asked him a question and he frowned in his face. He didn't say anything. He frowned in his face. Then after he said, you don't have no reward for your Friday, as if you were not here with us. So any idle talk, any idle speech should stop. And also, وَلَمْ يُؤْذِي أَحَدًا. He did not hurt anybody. And that includes it from the time that you leave your house till the time that you leave. When you come to Friday, you should come with sakina on you, tranquility. You're in salah, right? You're in salah. When you park, you don't hurt anybody. When you drive, you don't hurt anybody. When you come into the masjid, you don't hurt anybody. You don't pass over people's necks, تَخَطَّ رِقَابَ النَّاسِ, because that is prohibited unless there's a gap. Then that's their fault for not filling a gap. You don't sit between two people unless you ask them, can I sit here? Because they could be together. You hurt no one. And then you sit next to the Imam. وَاسْتَمَعَ وَأَنصَتْ also said. By the way, there's a difference between istama'a wa ansat. Istama'a is for you to hear with your ear. This is istima'. Ansata is for you to avoid all distractions so that your body is listening as well. So you're not doing anything else. So you listen to the Imam with your ear and listen to the Imam with your body. As you do this, then Allah will give you the reward that He had promised you through His Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. First, you have forgiveness every single Friday. And then you may have also that immense reward of 1 year of fasting and 1 year of night prayer with every step that you are taking. But you need to adopt some of these things and avoid some of these prohibitions and practice it with iman and patience. Maybe and perhaps we can get that, and that would be a great win for all of us. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه ملء السماوات وملء الأرض وملء ما شاء من شيء بعد وأصلي وأسلم على رسوله محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد. Of the special worship that happens on Friday is قراءة سورة الكهف, reading سورة الكهف. And he said عليه الصلاة والسلام in a hadith that if you read Surah Al-Kahf on a Friday, the day of Friday or the night of Friday, you will have light between the two Fridays. أضاء له ما بين الجمعتين. And in another hadith, you will have light between you والبيت العتيق, the Kaaba in Mecca. So imagine here having enough light that it covers you from 1 week to its conclusion. Or from your destination, from your spot to Mecca. What is light? Light is what saves you from confusion. Light is what gives you guidance. Light is what gives you clarity. Light is what saves you. Light is what gives you comfort and peace of mind. You want the rest of your week to feel better, to be better, begin with your Friday. Because he promised, alayhi salatu wasalam, you're going to have light for the rest of the week. So why not? And when you read Surah Al-Kahf, it's going to take from you about 20 minutes or so. 20 minutes as an investment that for the rest of the week, I'm going to have light with me, as he said, alayhi salatu wasalam. Then why not? And then he also said, alayhi salatu wasalam, and this is, by the way, again, should remind you of Ramadan and should remind you of Laylatul Qadr. Why do you wait for Laylatul Qadr? There is immense reward that is in it, and also there is an accepted dua. Well, there is an accepted dua on Friday. He said, عليه الصلاة والسلام, فيها ساعة لا يوافقها عبد مسلم يسأل الله شيئا إلا أعطاه إياها فالتمسوها آخر ساعة بعد العصر. He says there is a time in it that if you ask Allah for something, He will give it to you. Seek it the last hour after Asr. Every single Friday you have this. So if you want anything from Allah Azza wa Jal, you don't have to wait for Ramadan. Ramadan is a great opportunity, but you don't have to wait for Ramadan. And people who have tried it, they said that when we are consistent in asking Allah every Friday, we are given. We are given. So Asr is going to come. After Asr, between Asr and Maghrib, this is your time for your dua. Doesn't matter what you're doing, even at work, even driving. Keep asking Allah Azza wa Jal for the good of this life and the good that is in the next. Keep asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without stop. And make this a habit every Friday. Friday also is a day for dhikr. And dhikr will help you. And specifically he said alayhi salatu wassalam, أكثروا من الصلاة علي يوم الجمعة فإن صلاتكم معروضة علي وإن أكثرهم علي صلاة أقربهم مني منزلا. He said, do a lot of salah for me on Friday, because your salah will be presented to me. He will know about it, alayhi salatu wassalam. And the one who does a lot salah, or the more salah that he does, he will be closer to me. So the closest to me are the ones who do more salah. So this is again is an opportunity for you to be connected to your Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. And if you do this, there's immense rewards from Allah Azza wa Jal. Not the least of them is that you're going to feel attached to him, how he lived and what he preached. In addition to Allah Azza wa Jal giving you 10 salahs back for each one that you give his Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. So Friday is this opportunity to do this. Now, all of this is an opportunity for us to upgrade our Friday. And we ask that the khutbah should be better. The organization on Friday should be better. The traffic should be better. We always are demanding better things, and we should. But I cannot simply dream of better things without contributing to that betterment. Where am I? That is, Allah Azza wa Jal will give you what you deserve. Isn't it? What you're ready, what you've sacrificed for. You want Friday to be upgraded. You want the rest of the week to be upgraded. You want the entire ummah to be upgraded. Or if it's too grand to think about the ummah, you want your family life to be upgraded. You want to feel better. So upgrade your Friday. And if you upgrade your Friday, the khutbah will be upgraded for you. The day will be upgraded for you. So you have to begin by adopting these things. And I know that I've talked about several of them. And you may have even forgotten about some of them. But what I want to say is, let's start by adopting today at least one. Among all the things that I talked about, pick one thing. Something that is close to your heart. Something that you say, this is doable, I can do this. I can take a shower before I leave. I can, come early. I can do this. I can do these things. So you pick one at least. And you say, from now on, I'm going to adopt this. And if you do one, with Allah's help and permission, possibly you could adopt even more of them. And on your way to receiving the best and the complete reward from Allah Azza wa Jal that is waiting for each one of us. but we have to try. And I cannot dismiss Friday without dismissing my own self from Allah's benefits. And when it comes to dhikr, don't say, yes, I will just do dhikr. You will never remember to do it, but set a time for it. If you want to say salah and salam upon the Prophet ﷺ, when will you do it? Say, I'll come early before the salah and do it. When I leave to work, throughout when I'm driving, I'm going to do it. After Asr, I'm going to do it. Before Maghrib, I'm going to do it. But you set 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Set time for your dua. Then there will be a concrete move for improvement. And if each one of us changes, then you will see the ripple effect. The effect on your family and the effect on all of us. So ask Allah Rabbil Alameen, Arhamar Rahimeen, to make us of those who have listened carefully to what have been said and who will keep it in their minds and hearts and who will apply it. We ask Ya Rabbil Alameen to make us of those who will earn the reward of Friday and not be denied. We ask Ya Rabbil Alameen to make us of those who honor Friday as your Prophet did and be honored in return. We ask Ya Rabbil Alameen to make us of those who remember you often on this day and make salah and salam upon your Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. Make us of those who make dua and their dua gets answered on this day. We ask Ya Rabbil Alameen to make us of those who honor you and get honored in return, obey you and get elevated in return. We ask Ya Rabbil Alameen to open our hearts for us to accept the truth. Soften our hearts, Ya Rabbal Alameen, and dismiss the sins that are in them. Whatever had solidified and prevented us from listening to your reminders, take that away from us, Ya Rabbal Alameen, and bring our hearts back to you. We ask Ya Rabbal Alameen to make us of those who love you and love your Prophet and love the Sahaba and love the rest of Muslims, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen. Allahumma ansur al-Islam wal-Muslimin. Allahumma ansur ahla Gazzata wa Filistin wa ansur ahla Sudan wa anzil alayhim rahmatika wa barakatika wa farajaka Ya Rabbal Alameen. Wa haythuma kana muslimun muhtajun Ya Rabbal Alameen fakun ma'ahu wa kun ضد عدوه يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا كلها ما علمنا منها وما لم نعلم. اللهم أصلح لنا قلوبنا، اللهم أصلح لنا قلوبنا، اللهم املأها إيمانا وحبا لك ولرسولك عليه الصلاة والسلام. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث، أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين.